Hi, I'm Henry. I want to talk with you about something super important, accessibility. Now, I know it's a big word that gets thrown around a lot, but let's break it down together and make it totally understandable. So when we talk about accessibility, we're not just talking about making stuff available to certain groups of people. It's about making sure everyone, no matter who they are or what barriers they might face, can use things easily and effectively. Think about it like this. Imagine that you're trying to get into a building, but there's no ramp for a wheelchair. We all know that that's not accessible, right? Accessibility means making sure everyone can get in and out without a hassle. But it's not just limited to the physical stuff. People have all sorts of different abilities, from how they see and how they hear, to even how they understand things. So when we're designing things like websites or apps, developers need to think about how all of these different abilities kind of interplay with one another and to ensure that their stuff works for everyone. That's where assistive technologies come in. Ordinarily, you might use glasses to help you see better, or a screen reader to help you navigate a website if you can't see the screen. We need to make sure that this stuff works with all these different tools that people use to make their lives easier.
Mindful Vision Charity, Wydeen Wellbeing, link, friends, heading level, Guy Woodland, Senclude, link, information, heading, learning portal, Z directory, legal responsibilities and our.
So there are 4 key things to remember, only 4. Firstly, whatever you're making needs to be easy to see, hear or touch, and that means making information available in different formats so everyone can access it. Second, you've got to make sure the stuff is easy to understand. No jargon or complicated language, please. We want everyone to get what you're saying. Thirdly, our stuff needs to be easy to use. Whether you're clicking with a mouse or tapping on a screen, everyone should be able to get around without any trouble. And finally, our stuff needs to work properly, no matter what technology people are using. Whether it's a fancy screen reader or just like an old school browser, everyone should be able to use their stuff without any glitches. So that's why, at the Forest Pathways project, we engineered a new approach to thinking about accessibility to assess the digital landscape of the region. By incorporating the important lived experiences of disabled people, blind people, severely visually impaired people, we've used their experience to identify what's failing. We have strictly assessed the websites of the businesses within the Forest of Dean and found some interesting results that we want to share. I know that from the code that I've written myself, I was able to evaluate over 500 websites in the Forest of Dean, where over 430 of these websites had accessibility errors. That's just over 85% of the websites in the region that had these failings. But we didn't stop there. We narrowed our focus to 20 websites associated with FVAF, combining my coding expertise with a specialized methodology. Our manual testing team dove right in, uncovering 100 instances where these sites just weren't cutting it for assistive technologies or disabled users. Over half of them had errors that made them difficult or impossible to use. So what's the bottom line here? Well, there's a lot more to unpack, and we'll be sharing all the details in our final report. But one thing's for sure, accessibility matters. It's not just a nice to have, it's a must have in today's digital world.